G'day and welcome back, YouTube family. Now, if it's your first time to Dirt and Dints, make sure you hit that subscribe button to catch all our previous episodes and all upcoming episodes. And if you're a returnee, welcome back. Grab yourself a drink, sit down and enjoy the episode, because we have a pretty cool new install for this week's episode. So in this episode, we'll be installing a set of Big Red Gear's 9-inch LED spotties on the Bullbar. Now, those spotties have come with a plug and play wiring harness kit, so we'll be doing the full install of the lights and the harness, all included. So sit down and enjoy. So this is the Big Red Gear starter kit. There is a camping light kit that's still inside, that's separate, it's not going on at the moment. But in the starter kit you get the two 9-inch spotties. We got one here that's already opened out of the box, and here's the other one in its box still. And included in that kit is the wiring harness. Now the wiring harness comes with everything included that you need to wire up and hit the tracks at night. So pretty much it comes with all the box include details here. So you get the wiring harness, the high beam adapters for both, can't even talk today, HB3 and H4 headlights. You got the inline fuse holder and the fuse, which is a 30 amp fuse. You get a 40 amp relay, rocker switch, and instructions for fitting. So if you buy these spotties individually off Big Red Gear's website, it won't come with your wiring harness, so make sure you get that, or jump on and grab the starter kit like I did, or their other kits, which they've got quite a few up there too. Also, Aussie brand, support it, jump on it, good quality too. Anyway, so the 9-inch spotties, which is the one we got here, they are 15,000 lumens, so they're pretty bright, but saying that too, they're also quite heavy. They are big, thick boys. You can see the back here. So it's going to be interesting fitting it onto the Bullbar, because the Bullbar has that center hoop which might not take the 9-inch spotties. If that's the case, it might be time for a Bullbar upgrade, and we'll cut those hoops out. And we might fit our own custom center hoop and just do like those comp truck ones, how it's got one center hoop rather than the 3-post ARB Bullbars. Like, they're fine, I just don't like the look of it anymore. So if they don't fit, the recip saw will come out and we'll cut them off. So hopefully they don't fit. And then we'll wrap it all in the end anyway, so it'll look all schmicko and nice and tidy. Anyway, so now that we've gone through what's included in the starter kit, we'll go and throw in the harness kit first. We'll do that because it'll be the easiest one to do, and then we'll have a look at fitting the actual lights to the Bullbar. So let's get started on the install. Alright, so we've got the unboxing of the hardwiring kit. Sorry, not the hardwiring kit, the wiring harness. That's the last episode. So we've got our wiring harness with the snakeskin all around the cabling to protect it. Good quality snakeskin actually. Anyway, so we've got that. It's got the switch in there. We'll be replacing that with a nice rocker switch in the cab so it suits everything else. But basically, again, if I can work out how to untwist it, we'll be going well. Anyway. I'm not having a great time here. That's better. Anyway, we're out now. So there's our relay on the end there, which will pretty much get bolted onto the side of the fuse block. We have battery terminal points, and there's our fuse holder. So everything's there. Here's our piggyback switches for the headlights. So what will happen on the existing headlight, we've got these H4 connectors that go into the back of the bulb, or the LED upgrade, like if you got one like mine. That will be unplugged. This will plug in, so your headlight will sit here, that gets plugged into there, and then the original drive will get plugged back into there. That that port there will plug into the harness loom here. And basically what it does is that when we activate the high beams on the car, it activates the high beams for the spotties. And the switch in the cab, you can also turn on and off. So if you don't want the spotties, if you just want your normal car headlights to go high beam, you can flick it off, switch on the high beam, turn it off. So it's pretty handy that everything's so plug and play. It's a really easy install. So we'll grab it, we'll flip the bonnet up, and we'll install the piggyback switch first, because that gets that out of the way, and then we can start running the switch harness up into the firewall and into the cab. So we'll jump into the engine bay. Alright, so the driver for that headlight's just down here in this gap. Might be a bit hard to see, but basically you just unplug the headlight driver like that, get your new piggyback, plugs into the new connection, goes in, like that. Then that one goes into the original driver for the headlight on the car end, and that's pretty much wired in. So then our wiring harness will clip into that connector there, and then we are good to get power into the headlights. So now that that's all on, which we've just popped the headlight out accidentally, we'll go fix that and then we'll put it all together. Alright, so I've just gone roughly laid it out the way it will all sort of work, but we've basically got on this end, we got two cables that run into a Deutsch connector. They go to the front end of the Bullbar where the spotties will be mounted, and then we've got this blue, white and black one that runs up that way, and that's what will run along the top of the firewall there, and then back in and into the cab for the switch. And then we've basically got on here, we've got our piggyback port, and then we've got our two negative positive for the battery power with the inline fuse. And then here, to make it easier, they've just got a, what do we call it, a relay plug-in port. Anyway, just for easy, you just plug it straight in. Anyway, we'll go and put it all together. Alright, so now that we got that sorted, what we'll do is we'll start to run this switch light harness up through and into the firewall. So I've gone and pre-cut some of the cable ties already on there. There are these removable cable ties that you can, if you get it in the right spot, you can flick it and then open it back up like that, and then we'll slide that into there. Try to leave a little bit of slack, obviously, like that, and then we'll tighten that all back up, and then we can start running it. So we'll run it through there, up and around, and then in. So we'll go and put it into time lapse and start working. So apologies for the dirty floor, but we finally got that wire through. So now we can plug the switch back on, and that will mount up in that little panel there. So that will get pushed out because it's just a blank cap for switches. So that will get pushed out, and then we'll run the wiring up behind into the dash, and it'll pop out there. And that will be our switch for the headlights. I mean the spotlight, sorry, not the headlights. Alright, so we'll punch that out, and then we'll put the switch in, and then we'll wire in the rest of it all. So we got that all wired through that little switch housing, so it's in there. There's our rocker switch we may use. I'm not too sure if I might use it or not, because when there's power into the switch, this little light here always stays on, and I'm really concerned that I'm going to draw too much power out and it's going to kill my battery. So we might try and find a two-stage or two light rocker, or really one light, so it's just off, and then when you flick it on, that light there will illuminate red to show that it's on. But I'm not a fan of this little one here. Like this one here is the same, that one's off, and then you flick it on and then the light comes on. But I just like the look of these rocker switches better, so that's what we'll try and do. So I might go down J-Car and try and find a switch like that, that's like that, if that makes sense. Rephase. We're going to find a rocker switch that looks like this but works like that. That makes more sense. Anyway, so now that we've got that in, we'll go and hook the power up for the relay all on the battery. We'll mount the relay in the engine bay, and then we should almost be ready to put the lights on. Alright, so I've gone and moved some stuff around because I wasn't too happy how it was sitting. So the main thing is that we've gone and ran the rest of the switch harness up and under the panel here, and then it pops out just here. I've mounted the relay just off the fuse holder mount, which is there, and it's basically made it a lot less stress on the fuse wire and the earth. And I've moved the earth off the battery, and I've just mounted it just here, so that's all nice and tucked up there. It all tucks up nicely under all that crap there. So now all that we need to do is get the piggyback one, which is here. That will get plugged into there, which I might not be able to do it one-handed, but we'll give it a crack. Yeah. Anyway, I'll do that 2 hands off camera. And then the Deutsch cables, will run them through. There's a little hole behind the headlight here that runs along the front of the radiator, and it'll pretty much pop out where the winch cable leads come out, and that will all tuck in nicely, and the lights will mount there and there. So it's all coming together nice and slowly. Anyway, I'll go plug that. I'll run it all. I probably won't run it on camera because it'll just be, maybe I will. Anyway, plug that in, run the wires, mount the lights, see if it all fits in the bull bar. If not, cut the bull bar. Job done. Let's keep moving. So we've got the Deutsch cables for the lights run through the front of the bull bar there, and then out the side there, and they will mount into, the spotties will mount there and there. So they come with these rubber vibration pads, and they can almost act as a template too, which is handy. So they've got 3 holes. I've only got 1 center hole for the bull bar, but what we'll do is I'm going to grab the, well, I've already grabbed it actually. I've got the center punch, step up drill bit, and a marker. I'm going to mark the 2 holes with the marker, then hit it with the center punch to leave a little dimple, and then hit it with a step up drill on both sides, and then that will give us our 3 mount points for the lights. And basically it just gives the center one all the strength, and the side one just stops that real like heavy vibration and rattling on the road that we might hit with corrugations and stuff. And this with sand driving too. Frasers, not Flinders, Fraser Island, so anything to really sort of stir them up would be handy. So we'll go and do that, mount them up, and then it'll be almost finished. So as you can see, the holes are drilled. So now that they're drilled and it's all back to raw metal, I'm going to go grab some paint, give them a quick touch up, basically seal that metal again so it won't rust out, and then we are ready to put down our rubber vibration reducers. That will go on, then the spotties can go on, and we're done. So here is the lights all installed on the car. It's a little bit dark, there we go, with the light on now. But as you can see, all done. Now these lights come with a removable polycarbonate case, which I probably won't be able to get off with one hand. But basically got big red gear stand on the front, all around the side, so you can take them off. Just need to clean them. This one's getting a bit foggy already, but have a look at that. They all fit nicely in the bull bar too. So I didn't need to cut the bull bar, unfortunately. But maybe we'll still build a custom bull bar later on. Anyway, now that's done, we'll wait until it gets a bit darker, because it's on that sort of dusky time now. We'll wait till it gets darker and we'll go give them a test run on the road. Alright, so we're now here at we're here at night time now, obviously, as you can see. And we're going to test these spotties out so people can see what they actually look like when they're working. So we've got our normal headlights now And I'll just make sure that these are flicked off. Then we'll flick them on to high beam, and you can see the minor difference that the standard headlights on high beam does. Anyway, so now that we've got our high beam spotlight all wired in, we can flick the switch on. So the high beams are on at the moment, Stanley, and then I'll flick the spotties on. You can see how much of a difference those spotties do make on the car. So we'll do another quick demonstration. That spotty's off, boom, spotty's on. So back to normal. That easy. And just like that, this episode is all done. The lights are on, we tested them at night time, and we are more than happy with them. Now, if you're after your own set, go jump onto Big Red Gear's website and grab yourself one of the combos like I did. And if you enjoyed the episode, hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button. It really helps us out here and gets the name out there. And we will catch you in the next episode. Bye. What are you still doing here? Well, seeing you're still here, you may as well hit subscribe now and check out that link for our cool match.